Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Young and Restless remains a hot mess. Please see last week's rant, as I'm well past the risk of repeating myself on that topic. Focusing on this week and beyond, Amanda's return brought with it hints that dropped like anvils as to Dumas' real identity. After watching Friday's scenes with Amanda, Devin, Nate and Lily, I feel 90% sure that Aristotle Dumas is Cain Ashby, who will be played by Billy Flynn. Cain's been gone from Genoa City the correct amount of time. He admires Neil, would be happy about Lily, Devin and Nate working together to take their family business to new heights, and it's believable that he would have recruited Amanda. There are a few questions to be answered, however. The first, where did he get the money to become a tycoon? Cain returned Devin's billions that had been stolen by his father Colin and hidden in the Maldives. But it took a while. Perhaps Cain got his start from the interest the fortune garnered whilst in Colin's account. Second, why would he want to help Billy? It's believable that Cain might be upset about Jill selling Chancellor to Victor, considering his loyalty to Catherine. But it's the part about him reaching out to Billy that gives me pause. Though they did forge a truce at one point, it was Billy that told Lily about Cain kissing Victoria while she was in jail, and that led to the end of his marriage. Cain actually decked Billy for tattling. Moreover, given Cain as Dumas knows everything about the Winter's recent history, he'd know Billy fired Lily, so it's hard to believe he'd want to help him get Chancellor back. It's not impossible. Perhaps he agrees with Victor that his ex-wife is better off at Winter's. But we have to consider the idea that perhaps he's setting Billy up. If so, why would Amanda go along with it? She did make a point of saying she didn't like what Billy did to Lily. Finally, Dumas being Cain also explains why he'd allow Lily to be given the false impression that Damien was up to no good, so as to thwart any growing connection between them. But there's another question. Did Dumas/Cain know Damien was linked to Nate when he hired him to run two companies? If not, it's quite the coincidence. Do you think Dumas is Cain? Vote. Nothing made me happier this week than how rattled Devin was by Amanda. Sally's meditation for Billy was lovely. But I don't tune into soaps to see characters becoming less dramatic. Sharon and Phyllis seem destined to land back in a triangle with Nick. For all her protestations about not allowing anyone to control her life again after Jordan, Claire's totally allowing Victor to do it. Audra taunted Kyle and pushed his buttons, knowing he'd take action that would ultimately blow up his own relationship. Kinda brilliant. Holden's going to be a thorn in her side, though. Storyline's gone missing. What's going on with Terea and the big secret? What's going on with Cole? Is he dying or not? Why doesn't Nikki have MS anymore? Oh, we won't dig that deep. Until next week, folks. Cain Ashby, portrayed by Daniel Goddard, left Genoa City under a cloud of disappointment after his marriage with Lily unraveled and a business scandal torpedoed his reputation. Since then, we've heard little of him. Just vague mentions, a few scattered references, and radio silence from those closest to him. Cain's departure never felt like a true goodbye. It felt unfinished, as if the writers left a door ajar for his possible return. And now, with the arrival of Aristotle Dumas, a man of secrets, wealth, and curious motivations, it feels like that door has swung wide open. On paper, he's a private equity mogul, with ties to obscure international business circles. He's smooth, articulate, and calculating, an instant power player. But his backstory is surprisingly thin for someone of his stature. He arrived in Genoa City with money, connections, and an uncanny understanding of the Abbott-Newman dynamics. Fans have noticed the way Aristotle seems to know too much about the players in Genoa City, their moves, their histories, their secrets. His strategic alignment with Victoria Newman seems oddly personal. His comments to Jill during their recent interaction dripped with unspoken familiarity, and his warning to Devin Hamilton about mistakes of the past hit a little too close to home. It wouldn't be the first time a soap character underwent a full-blown identity change. Young and the Restless is a master of reinvention. Remember when JT came back only to be part of a brain tumor-fueled surveillance conspiracy? Or when Sheila Carter wore a mask to become someone else entirely? Let's imagine. Cain Ashby, broken by the collapse of his marriage, humiliated by scandal, and abandoned by allies, vanishes into the international business world. There he reinvents himself, no longer the scrappy Aussie with a heart of gold, but a polished tycoon with a new name, a new accent. He has toned it down lately, hasn't he? and a master plan. Aristotle Dumas isn't a new man. He's Cain 2.0, smarter, colder, and bent on reclaiming his status and power in Genoa City, but on his terms. Accent shift. Cain's thick Australian accent has been noticeably softened in recent seasons. Aristotle's speech is crisp, but there's still a subtle lilt to his vowels. A studied disguise. Shared motives. Both Cain and Aristotle have strong interests in Chancellor Winters and Hamilton Winters. Their business acumen, particularly in media and tech, lines up eerily well. Familiarity with Jill. In a recent episode, Aristotle made a cryptic remark to Jill about family loyalty being a double-edged sword. Jill looked rattled. Was it just a sharp observation, or something more personal? Devon's distrust. Devon seems unusually unsettled by Aristotle. Couldn't be some subconscious memory of past clashes with Cain. The tension feels too authentic to be entirely business-related. Cain's downfall was brutal. He lost Lily, the respect of his children, and his place at Chancellor. Perhaps he believes the only way to rebuild his empire is to shed the identity that failed him. Becoming Aristotle Dumas allows him to operate with impunity, leverage his old connections from a new angle, and settle scores without the baggage of Cain Ashby. There's also the possibility that Cain discovered something explosive, something that made it dangerous for him to return as himself. A financial conspiracy, a betrayal by someone close to him, or perhaps he's protecting someone, like Lily. What's truly thrilling about this theory is the long-term potential. Imagine the slow burn reveal, flashbacks to Cain's disappearance, the forging of the Dumas persona, secret meetings, and buried motives. The fallout would be delicious. Jill's shock, Devon's outrage, Victoria's betrayal, and Lily's heartbreak, or redemption. Soap writers love redemption arcs. If Aristotle is Cain, this could be the ultimate comeback tale. Man loses everything, reinvents himself, plays the game better than anyone, and returns not as a victim, but as a player. Social media is ablaze with theories. One Reddit user wrote, "There's no way Aristotle is just some random investor. The way he looked at Lily in that boardroom scene. Come on, that's Cain energy." Another added, "This has Shella Carter/Phyllis Summers level deception written all over it, and I am here for it." Even Daniel Goddard himself has dropped cryptic teases on Instagram, posting a black and white photo captioned, "Some truths take time to reveal." While nothing has been officially confirmed, the theory that Aristotle Dumas is actually Cain Ashby in disguise is the kind of delicious twist that soap fans live for. It has drama, history, motive, and just enough breadcrumbs to seem believable. If true, it would mark one of the most shocking returns in Y&R history, and shake Genoa City to its core. So keep watching. Watch the eyes, the reactions, the secrets. Because in Genoa City, the past never stays buried, and the truth always comes out.